What's up, guys? I'm back today with another Pocket GM21 video on the channel, and in today's video, we are back with episode number 5 and the last episode of our Detroit Lions 5-year rebuild. Before we get started, I do just want to let you guys know I am still recording this very far in advance. It's December when I'm recording this video, and this video should be out probably sometime in February. So I do want to apologize for that, just to begin with, and I don't know what team you guys want me to do next. And I probably won't end up recording these videos for the next episode in the series for a little while. But the next team I'll probably do will be another bad team, maybe Jacksonville, potentially like Houston, something like that. Another team that's had a really bad time this year, and we'll see what we can do with that team as well. But you guys know the story. You guys know the team. 2 years missing the playoff, back-to-back years going to the playoffs, made the Champs Bowl last year, lost off an interception. Not exactly the way we wanted to see it end. But this is the team. Akram Ridley, the quarterback. You guys can see the team one last time. Take a look at everybody. See where we stand. We have $40 million in cap space. I don't think we're going to make any moves to pick up anybody. We'll take a quick little look at the team. The only people I really would be interested in picking up, I wouldn't mind picking up another kicker. Derek Carr is actually a free agent right now in Vegas for the past 4 years. Had a pretty good time there. Harrison Smith is out there as well, but there's not really any better kickers. I mean, we could pick up Blankenship, but let's check out some of his stats. Actually, pretty good, but we'll stick with our kicker right now. And then the other position I was thinking we could look at was maybe defensive tackle. But if there's nobody out here, there's no point. We've got Poona Ford, 81 overall. Is that really going to be a huge upgrade over Antoine Winslow, our new rookie? Probably not. We're going to rock with this team, and since this episode is going to be the final episode, there's not going to be an off-season in today's episode, so I'm probably going to record this video straight through. Probably won't be too many cuts, if any, so we'll go through the season together, go through week by week, see what our team ends up doing, and we're going to take a W against Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears, 18-14. Not a great start, but we do get the W, and that's all that matters. Cameron Curl is going to be out for 2 weeks, so we'll rock with the backup for right now. Moving on to Washington, and we crush them 52-0. Jared Goff is still there on the team, and he gets a rushing touchdown and an interception as well today, but we put up a huge day. Let's see what their team is actually rated at and what they did for a year last year. Go down to Washington. They're 1-1, 86 even, very high-power defense like they had last year. They made it to the wild card, 11-6, and they ended up going to the wild card before as they won the Champions Bowl the year before. As you guys know, that wild story. And actually, let's go check out how good what's-his-face did. Jared Goff did last year. 2 years, 16 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Glad we got rid of him. But they do end up winning a championship, and he won a championship, the MVP as well. So I guess they do get the better of us as... if we win this year, I guess we get the better of them, but we'll see what ends up happening as we move on to Cleveland. I don't even know who Cleveland's quarterback is anymore. They have Jimmy G at quarterback, but we take the W 30-12, and we are undefeated so far. This is a huge injury. Gerard Lee is going to be out 13 weeks, and Rondale Moore is going to be the new starter. If we do have another injury, we're going to have to pick someone up. We get another victory against Minnesota, and Kirk Cousins, DeAndre Swift with a touchdown. Moving on to week number 5. And we lose to Dallas. Dallas is undefeated. Wow. Absolutely crazy. Dak Prescott touchdown. And we have a touchdown for DeAndre Swift. They have Antonio Gibson and Zeke. Wow. Pretty good pickup right there for them. But we're still going to have the lead. Our division is absolutely horrible. And we're moving on to Baltimore. We get the victory against Baltimore. A little bit of a nice comeback game. We lost to them in the Champions Bowl, as you guys saw last episode. But we are going to get the victory against them. 5-1 on the year. Moving on to Green Bay. We beat them as well. We got swept by Green Bay last year, so I'm glad we were able to come back with the victory against them this year. Moving on to the next week, and we beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati, very close one. Akram Ridley with another interception. We're 8 games through the year, so I'm going to actually check on the stats really quickly. We have another injury to our defensive tackle. Maybe this is the time. No, we'll rock with the backup. But let's check out some of the stats. Akram Ridley, kind of average. DeAndre Swift, lots of touchdowns. Funk with a little bit of a better year. Dieter leading the team in receiving. Julio Jones really down at the bottom. We're going to actually bump this down a little bit. So Ramsey is actually going to be the third string guy, or the second string guy. We are going to move Gerard Lee up to here, and we're actually going to drop Julio to the 4th string guy, and he's soon going to be the 5th string when Gerard Lee does come back. How good of a year was Gerard Lee having before he got injured? Pretty good, had a 100-yard receiving day. But let's move on here. We're going to move on to Arizona, see if we can get this victory, and we do 19-13. Another 2-interception day for Ridley. Not exactly what we wanted to see. But we are going to move on to Minnesota. We get another division victory. 2 interceptions again for Ridley, but he did have 3 touchdowns. One thing I want to quickly check is Tom Brady. No, Tom Brady finally retired from the NFL, and the Bucs have Tampa Bay. So pretty wild there, but we're going to move on to the Giants. We get a 31-24 victory. 4 touchdowns. That's a little bit of a better day for Ridley. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Is probably his best day yet as he gets Offensive Player of the Week for the NFC. Moving on to Pittsburgh, and we lose by 1 point to Pittsburgh. Kellen Mond is going to be their quarterback. That's actually kind of cool. Kind of interesting there. Najee Harris and Kellen Mond with a rushing touchdown on the ground. Dieter with a 66-yard rushing touchdown as well. So moving on to the next week, we're 10-2, still in position for a bye week. Get a 30-10 victory against Cincinnati. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pretty good little streak here for Ridley as he gets another player of the game. Moving on to Tampa, and we beat Tampa 28-7. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions for Ridley. Really having a nice little stretch of games here as Berrios is going to get injured on the team. And it looks like we're going to be okay without him. And we're going to move on to Chicago. They're 7-7, and we get the victory 20-10. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. DeAndre Swift with 100 yards on the ground as well. And that is going to move us to 13-2 on the year. You can check out the divisions, how everybody is looking. Nobody really pulling away in the AFC, and we are honestly the best team. Dallas is going to be a tough opponent for us, but we are going to move on to the next week in the year, and we get a 31-15 victory against Philly. 4 games in a row for us, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception for Ridley. And moving on to the last game of the year, we are going to be facing Green Bay. We really need to get this W. Can we sweep Green Bay this year? And we do. 24-16 victory right there. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but 2 touchdowns on the ground for DeAndre Swift. And that's going to be the year we finish it 15-2. One of our best year, honestly. And we score the most points. It looks like we scored the 2nd most points behind Houston. But the Jets are going to get the number 1 seed in the AFC. And Chicago, 8-9, is going to make the playoffs. Seattle, 7-10. Honestly, one of the most competitive divisions in the real NFL today. And somehow these teams have fallen off. Seattle still with Russell Wilson. Rams still with Matthew Stafford. Still got Murray. And they have Trey Lance still over in San Francisco. Check out some of the player stats on the year. Ridley's going to come up behind Deshaun Watson in total fantasy points. Same with total yards. And then touchdowns, 31-11 for Ridley. Definitely had a nice little stretch there to close out the year. Phenomenal couple games. You guys can see definitely a much better second half of the year than a beginning half of the year. But we do have a pretty good year. 11 interceptions for him. Not too bad. Teddy Bridgewater and Taysom Hill 1-2 in turnovers there. As you guys can see, we have, a top 3 rusher and a top, 15, top 10? 11. And 2, absolutely crazy. But you got Michael Carter here having a phenomenal year. But 14 touchdowns for Swift, 10 for Funk, and we have 2 top 5 receiving backs as well. Phenomenal year. Keenan Allen, Devontae Smith's going to lead the league. And no one up there for us. Kind of surprising, but we'll check out some of our team stats in a second. Tight end, Hawkinson going to lead the league. Defensively, Pagan's up there with 13 sacks as well. Not too bad. And our kicker is up there as well. Punter, we are towards the bottom, which is good. But let's check out some of our receiving stats. You guys can see a 5,000-yard year from Ridley, his first 1,000-yard year from Swift. We already saw that. 700 yards, 2 700-yard receivers, and our tight end getting a good year. 600 from Ramsey as well. Not too bad. How did Julio do, who's making absolutely disgusting amount of money? 575 yards, falling off to a 79 overall. He's on is he still got a contract? No, this is his last year. Not that it matters, but 8 sacks for Roquan Smith, 8 sacks for Chris Barnes, 7 for Okwara, 7 for this new defensive tackle that I'm not going to butcher his last name, Pagan with 13, and 3 interceptions for, Roquan Smith, 4 forced fumbles, 3 recovered, and 3 interceptions as well. Where's our safety? Booker, another interception. Another interception for him, and that is going to give him 88 games, 13 interceptions. Pretty good. I mean, it's not phenomenal, but for a 79 overall, who's had a pretty good career with us, cannot complain. 5 missed kicks for Randy Bullock, not too bad, and 2 missed extra points. The team is looking good. We're going to move on as we get through the first wildcard round to the playoffs. And we are going to be going up against Atlanta, as Atlanta ends up beating Seattle. Kind of expected that because Atlanta's not a great team. You guys saw, or Seattle's not a great team. 7-10 on the year. So we're going to move on to this game. Atlanta, they're 9-8. We'll see if we can get the W as we try to make this run at a Super Bowl this year. We really need to do it. This is kind of our year to do it. Like I said, year number 5, last episode of the series. We really got to get this W and get to a Super Bowl victory this year. But we're getting shut out here in the first quarter. Points on the board, both of us under 100 yards as we finally eclipse that 100 yards, and we do finally get some points on the board. 7-0, keeping Atlanta still under 100 yards as we head into the second half. And pretty good start. We don't get any points, but we do get a safety on them. Absolutely crazy right there. But we end up fumbling the ball. And it looks like they get the ball and you do nothing with it. Still holding them under 100 yards as we head farther into the third quarter. And absolutely crazy. Still under 100 yards as we go into the fourth quarter. We get another touchdown, 23-0. This game looks like it's all but over. They are doing nothing. Matt Ryan is having a rough day today. Absolutely crazy. 26-0, and we get the shutout victory in the postseason. Our first game, Matt Ryan under 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks for Ridley. Phenomenal day. You guys can see some of the stats. A very disappointing day for Atlanta, but we are going to come out with the victory today as we get a shutout victory at home. Moving on to round number 2, we're going to be facing Dallas. As you guys know, Dallas was the first team to beat us 27-20. We also lost to Pittsburgh on a heartbreaking 1-point loss, but we'll see what we can do. Playing them again in the postseason, Amari Cooper, Micah Parsons, going to be a little bit of a tough matchup. They still got Dak Prescott. Why is Tyler Huntley playing? Wait. Did we get it? I didn't even check. I think we have an injury. We must have had an injury to our quarterback. And Tyler Huntley has already thrown an interception. Let's keep this going. I'm getting nervous, but we're driving down the field. We get a touchdown on the board. Tyler Huntley going to throw that touchdown, but Dallas gets a field goal, cut our lead to a 4-point lead. They get the ball back. This is going to be a tough matchup if he's out for the entire game. I should have looked. I should have paid attention. I never go to that screen where it shows new injuries. So that's my fault. 21-3 lead here as we head into the half. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick for Tyler Huntley. We do need to keep scoring because I'm still afraid that this offense can make some mistakes, but we take another touchdown, extending our lead 28-3, but they do get a field goal. 28-6, 22-point lead as we head into the fourth quarter. We get the ball back. We really just need to run the clock down and get more points on the board as we put up another touchdown. Tyler Huntley, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns for DeAndre Swift. He's having an absolute day. And we put up another touchdown. Phenomenal day from everybody on the team. What a day. 535 yards of offense. And Tyler Huntley, 30 for 35, 305 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception in his first start, I think, ever on the team. Absolutely crazy. DeAndre Swift running them into the ground, 183 yards, 3 touchdowns. Amari Cooper went over 100 yards for Dallas. So an absolutely crazy day. You guys can see some of the receivers. DeAndre Swift with another touchdown through the air. He had 70 through the air, 250 yards of total offense, and 4 touchdowns. Patrick Dieter going to catch another 2. Absolutely crazy day in the postseason as we are going to head to the Champions Bowl. But let's check out this injury here really quickly. It looks like he's out for the season with a high ankle sprain. We're going to add him to the IR, and we are going to need Tyler Huntley to come back and win this season for us. In his first game, he throws for 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, but we are moving on to the Champions Bowl against the Jets. This is going to be a tough little matchup here for us, and I'm hoping we can come away with a victory. 84 overall, Corey Davis watching out for him, and Quinnen Williams as well. Let's see what this team can do. We need Tyler Huntley, and he throws a pick to begin the Champions Bowl, just like he did the championship game as well. But we know what happens there, and we're hoping we can repeat that success. 6-3, we missed the extra point. Randy Bullock, disappointing there. They end up scoring a touchdown, 10-6, but we drive down the field, score our own touchdown. Did we miss another extra point? Randy Bullock with 2 missed extra points here as we have a 12-10 lead here as we head farther into the second half closeout, or farther into the second quarter as we start to close out the first half. The Jets do not score a point on their drive. They are driving, though. It looks like they might get a field goal. They do. 13-12 for them, but we're driving down the field again. Guys, Tyler Huntley has 4 interceptions on the day. Oh my goodness. We really got to get this rushing game going to carry us into the playoffs. We take a field goal to take a 2-point lead as we get the ball back here in the fourth quarter. Driving down the field, we score a touchdown to take a 9-point lead, but they score really quick. 2-point lead here as we're driving again, and we win the game 22-20. What a crazy way to close it out, driving down the field to close this game out. What a phenomenal day. Tyler Huntley goes from throwing 3 touchdowns, 1 pick last week, and 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. I didn't even see those interceptions. I have it at 4 times speed. I probably should lower it a little bit when we're watching an important game. But we get the victory. DeAndre Swift, 121 on the ground. Funk with 95 and a touchdown. Wow, absolutely crazy. Tyler Huntley is going to get a touchdown on the ground. And our leading receiver is going to be Ramsey. Dieter's up there. Julio Jones, Austin Hooper is going to catch the touchdown reception. 11 tackles for Roquan Smith. 2 sacks for Barnes. What a day. I'm glad we came out with the victory. This is the way we wanted to close this out. How many turnovers did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turnovers. We had 5 turnovers, 2 missed extra points, and we still win this game. We never punted the ball at all. We just ended up turning it over 5 times. Absolutely crazy. We get the 2-point victory, 22-20. We put up over 500 yards of offense. We did not deserve to lose this game. I'm glad we won it, even with all the turnovers. We almost doubled. We almost completely doubled their points, or their total yards they had. And we come away with the victory. Funk is going to get the Champions Bowl MVP. A little bit disappointing for DeAndre Swift because he had such a good run here in the postseason. But we do end up closing this out, and Ridley comes in second for MVP. That's absolutely crazy. 29 touchdowns, 11 picks to Deshaun Watson, 35-8. But absolutely crazy way to close this out. Ridley All-Pro, DeAndre Swift All-Pro, Hawkinson All-Pro. Anybody else going to make the All-Pro team? No. How about the Conference Bowl team? It looks like we are going to get Daniel Pagan. He had like a 13-sack year. Gregory Washington again as well. Developed into a really good offensive guard. Obviously, Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift, and Ridley going to make it as well. So that is how we are going to close out this series, guys. We get the Super Bowl. We get the Champions Bowl victory, 22-20. And we are going to walk away with a championship. We're really happy we were able to do this. So glad. 3 All-Pro, 5 Conference Bowl players to close out the year. And we get the victory and end on a high note for the series. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series as much as I had. I have had so much fun playing this game. I've had so much fun playing with the NFL rosters and finally making like a full-on series on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm not going to know if you guys enjoyed the series as much as I did for quite a while, considering I'm recording this months in advance. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I had. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any suggestions for more videos, more Pocket GM videos we want to see on the channel, whether that be experiment videos or anything of the sort, leave it down in the comment section and I can definitely try to do that soon on the channel. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys with another video very soon.